to the stream. Oh, it's like I almost started streaming without my glasses, so I just put them on, and everything's a little like, ooh, okay. Oh yeah, I did feed them. Okay. So welcome to the stream. My name is Lee. We are streaming. Yes, let me just. Okay, good. Just checking. Also, bring this up. So it's our usual Thursday stream. Cheers. I'm having breakfast. Alright, I'm adjusting to my glasses a little bit. I don't know what's wrong. Alright. Okay. Okay, it's time to. Alright, let's do the thing. I just go to the bottom jig. Boom, 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 my own Discord. This one. And then go to. I should probably put that one at the top. And I'm thinking on it. I'm actually starting. My eyes are being weird. Yes, I don't know what to do about that, but we're just gonna vibe. It's fine. Yay. Oh, I'm also gonna go to Darling. Where is Darling? Oh. Okay. Apparently there's gonna be a big thing at Lord Gazumba's channel next. So I'm gonna put it up that you should go. Okay. But first I need to do the thing. I wish I could make it. Maybe, depending on what time, I might make it on time. No, that was later. Okay. Oh. Alright, we're probably reading a Dire Minotaur later. Okay. So, everyone, welcome. Let's see what we got. What we, okay, so last time, scenarios, Liana, that was state, nope, that's that, Kana notes, no. Dark Heresy, okay, let's start with the Dark Heresy shenanigans, because this is what we opened last time. Okay, let's see, we have the two. You ever have this weird thing where your eyes are being annoying? Oh, alright. I remember what we were doing last time we were, working on Dark Heresy. I remember. What I really need to do is run a, well, I'll get working on that. Meantime, welcome to the stream. My name is Lee. It's a morning stream. I'm having breakfast because I usually get on stream. Sorry if it bugs you. But I remember, if I recall correctly. Oh, right. Solaria de Canto, yes. Into men, but finds women more attractive when drunk. Right. Solaria. She was born on Imperial Shrine World. We didn't specify which Imperial Shrine World yet. That's the next step. I do have one Cardinal World prepared already. We could make it from there. Or we could invent a whole new one. Alright. That's it. We gave him... Ow. Sorry. My tooth is... That's a weird thing. Let's see. Plan. Okay. So, we have a woman. We rolled, for her backstory, we rolled, we just basically said she was going to be an adept because that was the only kind of group we didn't have. And then we rolled for her homeworld, and we rolled for gender and sexuality, and it's kind of that weird, mostly straight of like, yeah, I used to be there too. Bio, yes. So we have, let's start with stats. Let's roll up our stats. So I'm gonna start with typing out weapon skill. Also, ballistic. Weapons, ballistics, what else? I'm trying to make sure I put them in the same order. Strength, toughness. Just to... Strength. I don't think I put them in the same order as, they were, in, say, the, what's the technical term? Technical terms are important. As the book, but this is the order I've put them in for all the other characters, so I'm trying to maintain that same order throughout, you know, to keep a sort of consistency. Toughness. Agility, intelligence, perception. I think that's a hazard when you use instead of using character sheet like a standard format and then filling it out. What you would do is stuff like manually just freeform copy it over and over again, which I tend to do for my characters. I think it was started out as NPC stat blocks when I was a GM, and I think I just kind of got used to it. Yeah. But I just copy, I write out all my character sheets. I don't think I've ever, like, I don't know. In any case, oh. Okay. Phoenix keeps... It's not that I try to start streaming on the same time as Phoenix. I just end up streaming at the same time as Phoenix a lot. And I feel bad about that because he's pretty awesome. But... What was I doing? Oh, yes. I was actually perception, and then there's willpower and fellowship. Those are the soft skills. Fellowship is important. Having someone in your party with high fellowship is key. So my cereal and milk kind of glommed together, and I don't know what to do about it, but you know, it's a vibe. So this is just my life now. What else? So, Willpower Fellowship. Okay, so now let me bring up the book that I'm using for these characters, Dark Heresy book. It is available. I should say available because here's the deal. The what was I gonna say? The if you go into DriveThruRPG, you can buy copies of the old hypothetically, I think they're I'm almost positive they're the same books, but they're published by a different publishing company than Fantasy Flight Games. So whatever publishing company they got to do Wrath and Glory just basically got the rights to all Warhammer 40k things, because Fantasy Flight Games still exist. They do the Star Wars games. So very clearly they didn't, it's not like the company changed its name, but the I guess it's like TSR and Wizards of the Coast, where the new company got the permission to publish the old games, and now they're just doing it. So yeah, that's all good stuff. Also, apparently Sam's doing well, so that's good. A very good friend of mine was writing up a GoFundMe to support his nephew's cancer treatment, and apparently Sam is doing well. So, that's good to know. Oh, yes, sorry. I was bringing up the book. I am Death Watch. No, we don't want Death Watch. We want downloads. Hang on. I'll find it. Give me a second. All sorts of Death Watch. Nope. Ooh, we got some fun ones. Maybe we'll do that on Dark Heresy core. Yes, Dark Heresy ones we want. So the rule sets are compatible. Dark Heresy and Rogue Trader and Death Watch. The system is the same, and the problem is the character creation power levels aren't the same. So a rank 1 sorry. I'm not Dr. Evil. A rank 5 Dark Heresy character is equivalent to a rank 1 Rogue Trader character. So basically, if you max out the power levels, it's higher power levels, and Space Marines are incredibly much higher powers, which is, why I'm having trouble balancing with the Space Marine campaign, is because freaking they chew up everything I throw at them, and everything I think would be incredibly difficult if I were throwing it against, say, a Rogue Trader character, or God forbid a Dark Heresy character, would be exceptionally difficult. The Space Marines just plow through because they're freaking Space Marines. The only time I ever managed to get them really hurt was that trap, the traps. They managed to avoid the worst of them, but, there were some pretty deadly traps. I'll find something they can fight that's going to be tougher than, they are. It's just going to take time. Worth the Soul of Mankind. Alright, so. Aliens, Heretics, Illumination. Okay. Ooh. Fun little one. We're actually running a Dark Heresy game. Yes, okay. Life, reading and rolling, examples of play. Okay. So, generate characteristics. Here we go. Let me explain this, because a big part of that power level creep is how you generate characteristics. So usually it's 2d10, but what you add, let's see. So for Rogue Trader, you get plus 25 to everything. For Space Marines, you get fucking plus 30 to everything. Characteristics represent your character's raw ability in a variety of physical and mental areas. Characteristics are rated on a scale of 1 to 100. Your characteristics are important for a variety of reasons, but principally they reflect your ability to success at certain actions. Since you want to roll under your characteristic when attempting to do something in the game that has dramatic consequences, the higher your characteristics, the better off you will be. There's weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, agility, intelligence, perception, willpower, fellow. Oh, I have them almost in the same right order. So, if I have players, I generally, last time I had Deathwatch players, I let them do point buy, and they all min-maxed, and it was interesting. I mean, I don't begrudge them that. We have a couple of One Brain Cell against Space Marines are kind of fun, although they're not as dumb as you get with other because of the Space Marine thing. But what I usually do, what I did for, say, Rogue Trader characters, is I had them roll the 2d10s and then let them pick what results go in which characteristics, the same way you would as a rolling 3d6 and letting them pick like that, and then adding the modifiers afterward. So that's one way to do it. I roll completely randomly in order for these guys, because that's how the book says the book says you should either roll completely randomly in order or do point buy. Now, if I'm having players, I usually let them roll and then choose, but since I am creating the most random characters possible, and that's my goal with this, is to create the most random ass characters. Not anything. I love randomness for characters I create on stream, which you guys, those of you who watch the stream regularly might have realized. So, let's see. Alright, so Imperial... Okay, so we get 2d10, and then you use the Imperial World column, which means we just get, plus 20 on everything. So if you're Voidborn, you might get... There's plus 15 on Strength, but you get a plus 25 on Willpower. Hive Worlds get plus 25 on Fellowship, but only 15 on Toughness. Feral Worlders get 2 25s and 2 15s. They get 25 on Strength and Toughness, but 15 on Willpower and Fellowships. They get the most varied. It all adds up to the same, mind you, because, you're supposed to balance this as power levels. But as an Imperial World character, you're kind of all around average. Imperial Worlds are like the most vaguest and most widely varied class of planets. So the people who come from them are the most average. It's like playing a human in 5th edition, not the non-variant one, where you get a little bit of boon to everything, but not like a lot. No specialty, you just get a little bit of boon to everything. I actually like the non-variant human. I'm not gonna lie, because feats are. It just pisses me off so much that 5th edition made feats optional. But I didn't come here to rant about other completely different role-playing game systems. I just brought it up because I thought. You might find it more familiar. No, I came to create the ultimate Dark Heresy character. Maybe not ultimate. Solaria del Canto is just, vibe. Maybe she's not ultimate, but she's got, She's a beard. She has a beard. I've just decided that Solaria has a beard. I don't know why I did that, but I think it's a vibe. Alright, so if we're rolling plus 20 for all of them instead of plus 25 because we are lower powered than most Rogue Trader, or plus 30 because we are definitely lower powered than Space Marines, we're superhuman, I have 2 d20s right here. You see? Boom. And we're gonna roll Or no, I have 2 D10s. Sorry. These are D10s, not D20s. Sorry, I'm still waking up. 2 D10s. My eyes aren't being weird anymore, though. So, I think it's just if you focus on it too much, they start feeling weird. That is a 14. Well, a 10 and a 4. So, 14 plus 20 is... 14 plus 20 is 34. Weapon skill of 34. And then ballistic skill is... Roll them again. 5 plus 4 is 9. 29. Not a great shot. Better in close combat. Okay. Also, that's the funny thing you do when you get ability scores that are not based on class. Or in this case, career path, is you get some interesting combinations. But that can be kind of fun. So, 6 plus 8 is... 6 plus 6 is 12, 13, 14. So that's also 34. Toughness. We just need her intelligence to be high. 9 plus 4 is 13. That's 33. Agility. I think canonically, according to the book, we get 1 reroll, so maybe, well, we'll see how this goes. 9 plus 7 is 16. She's dodgy. That's good. Dodgy is good. Okay, intelligence. This is where it gets complicated, because we really need her to have good intelligence. Or, suppose you could just be, she got dragged into being an adept. Well, that's a 10 and a 5, 15. So 35. Respectable enough, I would say. Rather respectable intelligence. Also, I'm not even going to enter the thingamabob because I won too many. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. 15, so 35 intelligence. Oh, yes, I'm also, I don't know if you see this. The problem is I am putting this down on the notes. So, that's what we got so far. So, decent in a lot of things. It's fairly smart, which is good. That's the important one with, that is, let's see. So we get, what do you do? Nope, stop it. Thank you. Yep, okay. So perception. How good are we? No, ooh, that's another 15. All right, so we're doing really well in the stat department. Four and 2. Not so good in the willpower department. That is gonna come back and bite us in the ass. That's 26. Yeah, yikes. Willpower is how you resist psychic techniques. So that's gonna be fun. If yeah, if the demon wants to come to warp through your head, you're not gonna be able to resist it. Well, everyone has a dump stat. Guess ours is willpower and kind of ballistics. Ooh, 8. 18. Fella. Okay. You know what? 38. She's got a vibe. She's got, Alright. Yeah. So she's got 38 fellowship, apparently. Booyah, okay. Alright. So, let me see what we got. Generating characteristics, career path. Yes, Voidborn. Alright, we're gonna go back to Imperial World, and then we're gonna... boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Alright. Imperial world is fun. Plus, there's some different homeworlds give you different perks and boons and stuff. More so in Rogue Trader, because all the characters are supposed to have more power overall. But that gives you a few things. So let's you know. You hail from an Imperial world, one of a million planets united by the belief in the immortal God Emperor. Soldier, fanatic, thief, mercenary, noble, these are some of your many possible backgrounds. Whatever your previous calling, you are now in the employ of the Inquisition, and your adventure has only just begun. A bewildering variety of worlds are known to the Imperium, from hyper-technological democratic societies to drudging medieval worlds. Many planets offer their fealty and devotion to the immortal God Emperor of Man. The Imperium covers such an utterly vast area of the galaxy that it's almost impossible to conjure an image of a typical Imperial world. In truth, no such thing exists. Among the millions of worlds of man, there is an endless variety. Agri-worlds, for instance, are little more than vast farms producing food for the good of the Imperium. Similarly, mining worlds produce ore and raw minerals for use in the vast factories of forge worlds. Cardinal worlds are ruled by the Ministorum and given over entirely to the priesthood of the Imperium, the mysterious ecclesiarchy. Stranger still are the garden worlds, which serve as havens for Imperial nobles. Paradise, however, comes at a price, for temptation and heresy may be rife in these places. We actually rolled for what kind of Imperial world she'd come from. So they have random roll tables for figuring out your character's background, and the one they have for Imperial world is, well, what type of world? So, some Imperial worlds are utterly remote, having no contact with the rest of humanity for centuries. As a result, cultural and social diversity is to be expected from planet to planet, sometimes even within the same solar system. A closer world lies to Holy Terra, the home planet of mankind, the more important, advanced, and well-governed it is likely to be. Those far-flung planets on the fringes, on the other hand, are likely to be frontier worlds left to their own devices for much of the time and lying under the constant threat of attack, both physically and spiritually. Many worlds have technological base akin to Holy Terra. Many more have devolved into feudal backwaters with little more than black powder technology. Such worlds make excellent recruiting grounds for the Imperial Guard, the Space Marines, and the Inquisition, as nothing assures obedience quite so well as fear. Upon such places, the Imperial cult is surrounded by an atmosphere of superstition, demanding fealty to the immortal God Emperor who, for many citizens of the Imperium, is so distant as to be little more than a myth. Most major scientific advances in the Imperium come from the rediscovery of forgotten secrets of the Dark Age of technology. The reliance on these ancient temples create a mishmash of tech use in many worlds. For example, it's possible for Planet's industry to rely on gigantic steam-powered monorails for long-distance transport, yet still be unable to produce smaller versions of these aged devices, resorting instead to horse-drawn carts for commuting. Governmental organization is equally varied. Most Imperial worlds are ruled by a planetary governor who assumes absolute control either by birthright or by election. The nobility frequently assume all positions of power and privilege on a planet, while the lower echelons of class structure comprise workers, militia, fanatics, slaves, and dregs. While many planets are free of the levels of scum that infest Hive World, those closer to the Emperor's grace harbor countless numbers of crazed individuals. Sorry, I need a little more. Workers who have lost their place in a zero-tolerance society, who have realized the galaxy is not only unimaginably vast, but full of hate and hostility toward mankind. Such realizations often lead to paranoia or outright insanity, and the Imperial worlds are rife with broken individuals, prophets of doom, criminals, and gutter trash. The waifs and strays of society, however, also serve their purpose. The millions of orphans produced by constant warfare, within and without, are taken to the Schola Progenium. Many Imperial worlds are pocketed with vast orphanages where the strict drill habits of the ecclesiarchy produce faithful servants for the Emperor. Those of noble blood may become officers in the Imperial Navy or even commissars, while the rest will undoubtedly find employment with the Ministorum, the Adeptus Terra, or one of an Emperor's armies. With religion, superstition, and fear dominating so much of society within the Imperium, deviancy is rarely tolerated. People place their faith in good, honest hatred to guard them against the manifold horrors of the universe. Man swarms in vast numbers, working, praying, eating, and sleeping in an endless cycle, each soul forming a faceless cog in the endless grinding machinery of the Imperium. Law and order within society is often kept by the Adeptus Arbites. Sometimes, however, more remote worlds employ civil militias instead. On such planets, mercenaries, sometimes even off-worlders, are hired to bulk out standing garrisons that not only provide domestic security, but also form part of the Imperial Guard. If a world lies within a war zone, then often these fighters are the only thing that stand in the way of destruction of an entire world. To have broken away from the dogmatic constraints of Imperial life, your character must be either exceptionally of exceptional spirit or have real potential. Perhaps you're an adventurer, a soldier, or a true believer beginning a long pilgrimage to prove your faith. Maybe you're a mercenary, bought to defend a planet during wartime. You have undoubtedly seen conflict, madness, or perhaps even heresy. Now, for whatever reason, you are embarking on an unknown in the name of the Emperor. It's Imperial World traits. This is the mechanical stuff that we need. That's what some of the Adeptus, the hardcore religious people look like. 7. Okay. Imperial Worlders gain the following traits. Record all of these in your character sheet. Blessed ignorance. Imperial citizens often know that the proper ways of living are those that are tried and tested by generations that have gone before. Horror, pain, and death are the just rewards of curiosity. For those that look too deeply into the mysteries of the universe are all too likely to find the malefic beings looking back at them. Your wise blindness imposes a -5 penalty on forbidden lore tests int. Okay, so we're going to go with, let's see, traits. Yeah, talents. Yeah, I think we agreed that traits was the one for those ones that don't really fit under talents. Yeah. Okay. So let's go with, that's a trait. Blessed ignorance. Okay. Heliography. Okay. Benefit. Imperial treat the Common Law Imperial Creed, Common Law Imperium, and Common Law War as basic skills. So you can roll, basically, if you have something as a basic skill, there are 2 types of skills, basic and advanced. For advanced skills, unless you're trained, you can't roll. Yeah, unless you're trained, you can't roll. Whereas, if it's a basic, you can roll at half your, untrained, you can roll at half your, characteristic bonus. Which is usually pretty low, so you have a very small chance of success, but you can try. If you have something like this that lets you treat a skill as a basic skill, it just means that normally you wouldn't even be able to allow it to try, but because you kind of grew up in the general vicinity of it and you kind of have the osmosis, you can, try. Like, even Common Law Imperium. Yeah, if, like, you know a little about the Imperium. Even if you don't have any proper schooling in the history of the Imperium, you kind of understand, you kind of osmosisize. It's like American history. Like, even if you dropped out of school and never actually studied American history, living in the U.S., you kind of get a vibe for it. Kind of. Although, so we'll put the skills go above traits, I think, which is, I'm trying to make them, yeah, skills go above traits. So let's put skills in here, and then we'll put, so Common Lore Imperium, right? Common Lore Imperium, basic. Common Lore, it was Common Lore Imperium, Common Lore Imperial Creed, and Common Lore War. I think as an adept, would probably get those skills anyway, but, beautiful. Always remember to hit the save button randomly. Constantly. Always when you're working. Okay. Ooh. Literacy and speak language High Gothic as basic skills. It's like, oh yeah, I should probably mention these are all int-based. Intelligence. These are all intelligence-based skills. Literacy. What was I gonna say? Speak language High Gothic is kind of like Latin. In fact, it usually is represented in writings by Latin or Latin-esque words. Speak language High Gothic, right? So, it's like if you grew up Catholic, you have like a vibe for Latin. You probably don't actually speak it. At least, still not even nowadays. Like nowadays, you definitely don't speak Latin, but you kind of have a kind of vague vibe on Church Latin because it's kind of steeped in the culture. I don't know. It's the best I can come up with. What was I gonna say? Yeah, an adept. Or Shrine World. Alright. Okay, what else do we get? Ooh, superior origins. Imperial knows that of all the worlds in the Imperium, theirs is in fact the most beloved of the Emperor. Increase your power by +3. Oh, good. Yeah, because he totally likes our world the best. I mean, that makes sense. Hometown pride. Okay. 29 is still not great, but 29 is doable. At least it's not the worst stat anymore. I mean, times with ballistic for worst, but +3 willpower is very helpful. Because I know, in fact, the world she comes from is indeed the best world. Which world that is, I have no idea. We'll have to figure that out. But alright. It's here. And sorry, my eyes itchy. Okay, so we got that going for us. Don't have a lot of viewers, but that's okay. No worries. I'm sure we'll end up with viewers later. Boom. Okay, and let's see. And then Voidborn, right, we're not Voidborn, we're born on the land, not on chip. Okay. So they have a baby. Oh, it's a baby. It's a like a nursery unit, I guess, is the term. There's probably a technical. Well, I can point to things on screen. Okay. Generate characteristics. Done that. Generating characteristics. Determine career path. We pick the career path first. Knowledge is power. Do not waste it on the masses. Sector Governor Marius Hax. Adepts are wise and learned scholars. At least they hope to be one day. They are skilled with languages, knowledge, and often act as the brains of the group. They are not good at fighting, and some are very poor at talking to people. Not Solaria. Solaria is not good at talking to people. When it comes to realm of mind, however, they leave everyone else for dust. Okay, so we have starting skills, starting talents, starting gear, and then they give you a whole thing to go. Okay, so speak language, low Gothic. Yeah, that's the. All right. Let's do it. No, sorry, I'm. Okay. I appreciate you guys coming to the stream. Those few of you who do. And for anyone who watches it later, I also appreciate you. We don't have anyone in chat right now, so that's a thing. Okay. So, boom. Okay, starting skills is speak language, low Gothic, literacy. All right, hang on. Let me just take the basic away from literacy then, because we just get it. Is there any other we just get that I should? Common Lore Imperium. Trade copies to trade. Okay. Trade copies to trade valet. I'm gonna go with. Ooh, actually, trade valet might make sense for the High Fellowship. In fact, it's a fellowship trade, not a copyist is an intelligence-based trade. Okay. Common Lore Imperium. Common Lore. We get Common Lore. Scholastic Lore Legend or Common Lore Tech. Okay, we get Common Lore Imperium no matter what. So let's take the basic away from that. With basic knowledge of the Imperial Creed and War. Okay, literacy. So we get trade. I'm gonna say trade. Yeah, trade valet makes sense with the High Fellowship. I don't know what we're gonna use it for, but it's a surprise tool that'll help us later. Maybe. Common Lore Imperium. Scholastic Lore Legend or Common Lore Tech. How good is she at tech versus how good is she at random stories? I feel like she's a classics professor. She's even a cool English teacher vibe. So we're gonna go with Common Lore, Scholastic Lore Legend. Which is in fact an intelligence-based skill as well. Beautiful. And I think I get, let's see, get that. And we get 400 experience points that represent, starting out. We're not starting from the base bottom. We've gotten chosen by the Imperium, so clearly we have some solid startings. So 400 XP, we can go to page 44 and spend 400 XP. The Administratum is a vast, monolithic organization, and the largest, most powerful of all the divisions makes up the that make up the Adeptus Terra. They said the Adeptus Terra is the cogs and gears that drive the Imperium, and the Administratum is the grease and oil that smooths and coats the machinery. Without the Administratum, the gears of the Adeptus Terra would grind to a halt, and the Imperium would fail. It's a... possibly. Billions staff the Administratum, the majority of which are adepts of varying grades and specialties. Many are in hereditary positions with titles passed down from generation to generation. Such as the admin side of the Administratum, it has been known for whole departments to become lost at sea of complex bureaucracy only to resurface centuries later. I had a whole... I was writing a story about a kind of workplace comedy vibe story about a sub-department of the Census Bureau on Adeptus Terra being created while the person who created it was blackout drunk, and then the head of the Census Bureau was blackout drunk, and then he kept it because he was putting his niece in charge of the sub-department, and I felt bad taking it away from her. And yeah, she they actually did something useful. They actually went on to become useful, but they had to they were finding planets that fell through the cracks of the Census Department, which is a thing that happens if you look at Imperial lore, and it's just a vibe. That was something I wrote. This was years ago. I haven't actually written anything of it. It was more a planned story stage that never got finished. Last 2 gummy worms. Alright. No more gummy worms. Most adepts laboring within the gargantuan vault's forgotten archive halls are sitting at ancient parchment-reading logic engines are considered to be learned by Imperial standards. They range from studious librarians who have spent their entire lives within the dusty confines of script-filled archives to younger, knowledge-hungry scholars ambitious to climb the multitudinous ranks of the Administratum. Ooh, librarian. Librarian would be a really good background. Like, she was just a regular old librarian until, on a Cardinal world, documenting stories of Imperial saints until shenanigans occurred and she ended up working for the Inquisition. That actually makes a lot of sense as a background for this Solaria, I believe, is her name. Yes. Inquisitors and their agents frequently have need for such academics, archivists, curators, scribes, logisters, translators, and all manners of specialists in lore. Adepts become involved in the Inquisitor in many ways. Some may already be in service with the Inquisition, others may be unwittingly cross paths during Inquisitor's investigation, but the majority of adepts are seconded from the Administratum. For an aging scholar used to the rigid and dogmatic routine, entering the employ of an Inquisitor is an intimidating experience. Some are reluctant, but see it as an important duty that must be filled. Others can become resentful, making it clear that they only service out of fear and loss of status rather than any idealist sense of serving the Imperium. Not all react negatively. Some, often younger adepts, see it as an opportunity, a rare chance to leave the overbearing structures of the Administratum, quench their thirst for curiosity, and study forbidden knowledge. In the field, adepts are rarely armed with anything more than an auto pistol. Firepower is someone else's job. Actually, probably wouldn't even give her an auto pistol. She's not good at shooting. You might give her a staff like a bonking staff. Yeah, like a shock staff that she could hit people with if she needs to. Might be a better option because she actually has decent skill in that. Oh yes. They are present to give sage tactical advice, unlock codes, confirm the existence of STC data, or brief on local customs and rituals. Their role may not be forefront of a firefight, but is no less pivotal or dangerous. With other acolytes can secure heavily defended data crypt with firepower and psychic force, someone needs to download and decipher the data from the terminal in the midst of the combat. Adepts may be thought of as meek when compared to other acolytes, but they have access to one of the most powerful weapons in the 41st millennium, knowledge. Okay, and then basically you go from archivist to scrivener to scribe, and then you indicator or surgeon. So basically you can choose a specialization, and then to scholar, and then I think you have to go down comptroller. I think you have to go down the same path after Scholar 2. It's just you get well, even if you get to re-choose after Scholar, you can't change once you get past there, so I think that's probably a DM question. Alright, so I have 400 experience points that I can spend as I see fit. Procuring weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, tough. So I can procure any of these. Oh, I can bump up my willpower. I think that would be a good idea. Or I can bump my intelligence. Also not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do willpower and intelligence. Perception, I have decent perception. Actually, I think I have pretty good. Hang on. Let's look. I'll show you guys too. So I can do willpower, intelligence, or perception for 100 each. Anything else I have to pay more for. So willpower, that's +5 to any of them. Intelligence, ooh, intelligence of 40. Perception, 35 is pretty good, and honestly, intelligence is more important. So I'm gonna go with 40 intelligence, and willpower is 34. 40 intelligence. 30 is... Yeah, no, 40 intelligence, 34 willpower. That's an important one to be good at. Yep, so we're doing that. Then... So, experience... So that's 200 out of 400. Basically I can just, if I were to run these characters through a gauntlet of any kind of game, I would give them experience points afterward, which would then tack on to experience. And once you spend a certain amount of experience, you rank up. Which, you know, is the whole thing. Let's see. Alright, let's see what we can do. Scholastic Lore Legend, which I could get. Trade. So, I can't take Common Lore Tech. I either know Tech at the beginning or don't. You can't take it. Common Lore... So you can't get Common Lore Tech. That's interesting. So that's an interesting... That is an interesting one. You know what? I'm switching it. I'm going to take Scholastic Lore Legend, but hang on. And then I'm going to go Common Lore Tech, and then because apparently that's not something you can just learn, so you want to know it. And then bump this down to 300 for that, to get the Scholastic Lore of Legend too, because I want that as well. Okay. Yeah, apparently you can't just get Common Lore Tech. That's a thing. Okay. Usually you can get the second choices. If they give you a choice of this or that, you can get the other one with 100. But apparently you can't for this. Okay, so we can have melee weapon training. Might be a good idea, but we don't have enough. Unless I bop down the intelligence. Civilian craft. Probably drive ground vehicle is a good one. Yeah, drive ground vehicle. Unremarkable is a good one too, but driving ground vehicles, with the High Fellowship, I think drive ground vehicles is a better. That is a skill. Yep. Okay. Skills. Elastic Lore, Common Lore. Oh, speak language Low Gothic, which is common tongue of the Imperium. And then we got speak language, okay, Low Gothic, and what's the other one we were giving? Drive ground vehicle. No weapons training so far. So that's a I mean, I could take melee, you know, just doesn't do weapons. I mean, we can pick up weapon training later but no, I don't think it makes sense that she doesn't do weapons. She's not, you know, she's a scholar of various things. Okay, then we go here and we hit save, because you always, always, always hit save. That is how you do. Okay. And then, yeah, so I think that's pretty much, what else we got? We have, gear, trait, and we have traits, we have skills, we have gear. That, we go back up to the tippity hoppity, boom. Career path. Yeah, here we go. Adapt. No. Mudboy. Characteristics. Career path. Adapt. Here we go. There we go. Starting gear, and then starting ranks archivist. We have starting talents too. Starting talents is melee weapon training, haha, or pistol training. We're going with melee. Light sleeper or resistance cold, and sprint or unremarkable. I'm gonna go with unremarkable. No, we do get, yeah, we started with the starting skills and then we skipped the starting talents and starting gear. Okay. We have a staff. I'm not gonna bother with a gun because she does terrible aim. So we're gonna go with melee weapon training primitive for talents. Let's melee weapon training primitive. We get light sleeper or resistance cold. I know with light sleeper. Let's see what else we got. Talent. Sprint. I'm gonna go with sprint. She can run. It makes sense because she's got high agility and yeah, being able to sprint makes sense. And unremarkable, I was gonna say, doesn't fit the vibe. I think we have someone else watching too. No, we're decked down to 1. That's okay. No worries. Fun stuff. Okay. Sorry. I think we're probably gonna end the stream soon, but let's see. Starting gear: sticks, stubber holder, and 6 bullets, or staff. Administratum robes. So we have administratum robes. So staff. Not a shock staff, just a bunking stick, but that's good. Administratum robes. Which is good quality clothing. Auto quill or writing kit. Chrono or hourglass. I'm gonna go with a chrono. Small watch. Writing kit. Chrono or writing kit. Watch. Okay. A data slate or illuminated tome and a backpack. Okay, backpacks are always nice. The gear. Backpack. And then we get a data slate or illuminated manuscript. I'm going to say data slate, which is much more useful. I feel bad because having an illuminated manuscript would be cool, but data slate's much more practical. Oh. Data slate. Okay. Career paths. Okay, so why don't we... no, we go back up to that. Sorry. I know, we're running around a bunch. Creating... Okay, character creation. There's a bunch of stuff that goes after choosing career path, so we... Sanctioning side effects. Scum, tech priests... Spend experience points, buy equipment. Okay, we have experience points. Equipment, hang on, fate points, movement. Okay, fate, okay, this is all other miscellaneous stuff. Okay, so wounds. Imperial World is a D5 Voidborn. Okay, so Imperial World is a D5. Let's see if where's my D5? My D5 isn't in the dice tray. It is somewhere on the table, which is the only D5 I have, so... Found it. Okay. D5. From Imperial World is +8. That's a 3. A little bit on average. +8 is 11. So wounds is 11. I think that goes pretty much at the top, right? Wounds, yeah. 11 wounds, and how many fate points go next to that? So... Bio goes under the bio, I think. Yeah, it goes under bio. Okay. 11 wounds. And how many fate points do we get? Let's see. We'll just put the movement right under there. Okay, so... Acolytes are unique individuals that are destined to do the Emperor's work. Fate represents a special destiny set aside from the teeming masses of humanity. Roll on table 1-7. That's this one. Fate points determine your character's starting number of fate points. Imperial Born. It's a D10. Our awesome rainbow one. Let's see. So I get 2 or 3. A 5, which for Imperial World is only 2. All right, we get 2 fate points. That's pretty good, you know? It's pretty decent. 2 fate points. Space Marines can get up to 5, but 11 wounds, 2 fate points. Hit save because you always save your work. Oh yeah, I'm showing you the writing about the Okay. All right, let me just and the other thing is movement. Movement, and then starting wealth, money. Okay, so why don't we do movement is, agility bonus is 3, right? Not, yeah, so 3. So half move is 3. All of those mean different things. So the half move, here, Liz, where did I put movement? Let me just check where we put it. We put movement in under here. Okay, so let's go here. Fellowship, movement. Half move is 3 meters. Full move is so the turn you can take a half action or a full action, or you can take 2 half actions and a full action each turn. Half actions are yeah, basically you can take either 2 half actions or full action. On each turn, so you can move up to 3 meters a turn and still do something like attack or shoot, or you can move all 6 meters and just move. Kind of like, yeah, like that. So 9 for charging. You have to go in a charging, you have to go in a straight line, and you have to attack at the end. You have to make a melee attack at the end. It's carrying momentum. It's too fast to actually just move, because you got too much momentum. You have to defray it with an attack or something. So, that's charge. And then run is, I think you get, it's harder to hit you. I think you have to take at least 3/4 of the full movement, and you have to take the entirety of your movement, and melee attacks against you become easier, but ballistic attacks against you become harder. So, and I think there's rules about exhaustion too, and you can't run every single turn, but you can only keep it up a certain number of turns. But there's rules about that too. But it gets you 18 meters in a single dash, which is pretty impressive. Charge, run. Okay. Move, half move, charge, run. Okay. So, I think you have to move all of it. Like, you can't parse it up. Or at least you have to move farther than charging distance to count the run, so you can't. And yes, you have to. Yeah, there are other things. Okay, so charge, run. Yes, so movement, and then all acolytes begin to play with some money, known in Dark Heresy as Throne Geld, or just thrones. This starting wealth can either be saved for later or spent immediately, or in addition on additional equipment. Players should generate their starting wealth using tables 1-9. Starting wealth based on the character's career path. Players receive all listed starting gear for their career at no cost. As long as the GM approves, players can buy additional amount of weapons, armor, and gear from Chapter 6 Armory at listed prices. When buying items during character creation, players do not need to worry about availability of items. Okay, so starting wealth. Interesting. What do they recommend for Adept? Oh, they recommend Intelligence, Advanced Drive, Ground Vehicles, Tom and Lore Administratum, and Sound Constitution. That's their recommended quick play package. Yeah, they have recommended quick play packages. So we took 2 of the 4 they recommend. So, you know, we needed the willpower advance though. Like, they probably weren't expecting willpower to be your lowest roll. Starting experience. Yes, equipment. Okay. Starting experience of 400 represents the fact that your acolyte is first recruited to the Inquisition, one amongst the hundreds conscripted by each Inquisitor. Surviving the 41st millennium going to be tough, but the challenge of surviving and rising above the common herd is a rewarding one. If your game master is running a campaign intended for more experienced characters, may decide to gift your character with additional starting experience and money. If this is the case, simply spend up the XP you have earned them as if you would earn them through play. Character career paths describe this process in detail. For each 400 experience you're given, you receive a full month's wages. And you get, how much wage we get is Chapter 5 Armory. Okay. Alright, so starting wealth for an Adept is 100 plus a D10. D10 plus 1 D10. So 109 per month. So where do we put we put the money higher up, I think, right? Bellany Tran, do we not? Oh no, I think we never actually figured out money for Bellany. Income goes right under movement. Plus 70 a month. Okay, so we got under movement we get. We never figured out income for Bellany. Is 109 thrones plus it's starting wealth plus how much we get. It's the other table. 124. Okay, let's Armory money. Yep. Okay. Dark Age of Technology, Throne, Galt, Income. Adept. Okay, learned class adept is thrones per month, 100. Rank increase is 100 per month, plus 10 per increase in rank. Okay. So 100 per month. Yeah, 100 per month. Plus 100 per month. So per month slash 400 XP. Yes, you get either once every month or once in game or once every 400 XP, depending on how you want to run it. 209. So we can procure other stuff if we want to kit out the gear, but I think she's good on gear. Hang on. Let me do that, and then income. All right, now we have to go and figure out income for Bellany, because we can roll for life details to see what her deal is, her age, her size. Yeah, we've been rolling for age and size and what their vibe is. And what planet exactly she comes from. We can pick one of the pre-existing Trine worlds that we have, or do that. Let me do the. Let's go for income for Bellany, because we actually forgot to do that for her. Yeah, she's got a freaking axe because she's cool like that. Income. So how many thrones per? All right, let's do that. Guardsman is 50 per month, so 50 thrones per month. P. Okay, and then starting wealth, roll on the table up. Nature. Oh. Imperial divination. Oh, and then this is the random roll tables that we can use for stuff. Missing the past. Oh, fun little quirks or colorations or stuff you can get. Yeah, there's a size for height and weight, build, age. Let's roll for. Okay, hang on. First, we're gonna roll on this one for a starting wealth for an Imperial Guardsman is 70 plus a D10. Okay, so here's a D10. Also rolled a 9, so 79 for Bellany. And then okay. Then we go back down to Solaria. Let's roll on an 8. Let's roll on the some of these random generation. Let's go with age. Imperial World is a D10. Well, no, it's a D100. It's a D100. So let's roll. Let's roll different D100s. Yeah, let's go with these ones for the D100s. And roll, and you know, 79. She's a little older. That puts 30 plus a D10, right? 71 to 80. Yeah, so pure old mats means a 30 plus a D10. We'll use this D10 because we haven't for a while. I mean, 8. So 38. Yeah, 38. Age 38. Yep, age 38. That's pretty cool. We could do a build. Let's go with a build. Let's see. Imperial World, slender, svelte, fit, well-built, stocky. That's a 10, and that's a 4. So 40 is... Oh, no, it's 40... No, it's 14. Sorry, the D10 has a 10 on it as well. So, but yeah, no, that's 14 because it's a 4. So, slender. All right. 1.65 meters and 60 kilograms. 1.65 meters, 60 kilograms. 1.65 meters and 60 kilograms. All right, or, all right, let me do conversions for my poor American ass. 0.65 meters in feet. Feet is 5.4. 5 foot 5 inches. Okay, so 5 foot 5, roughly. Okay, 5 foot 5 inches, and so she's short. I think these tables, honestly, push short people. It's ridiculous. 1.65. 1.8. How is 1.8 meters? Because that's the tallest a woman from Imperial World is. Okay, 1.8 meters is probably a lot more, right? 8 meter. No, 1.8. It's 5. 1.8 is 5'11"-ish. Just under 5'11". Okay, so that's reasonably tall. Okay. Still, you know. Okay. And then weight would be, let me see, 60 kilograms? 60 kilograms to pounds. 132.2. So, yeah, 132 pounds. All right. So, not bad. Solidly built. That's a decent. Alright. 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 Boom. Okay. So we got all that going on. We got Phoenix. Okay. So that's... We could roll for... Ooh. We could roll quirks. Do you guys want to roll quirks? I mean, we haven't been rolling them, but... Makeup. Pierced ears, quivering fingers. Ooh, and I like to. Devotional scar, pox marks, faint smell. Nervous tick, pierced nose. Well, we still have to figure out what world she's from. That's a whole, like, okay, we have her from Imperial, the planet of birth, right? And she ended up as a shrine world. Okay, so here's something interesting. Let me... I want to show you guys something, because... I don't know. I was going to end the stream, but I feel like... kind of bouncy, you know? No, not that one. Expectus, this one. Expectus Primus. Alright, so we have these guys. Certain aspects on the ship, and then we got, yeah. So we have all of these planets. So for a shrine world, let's see, that's a death world. Visera is a hive world. Burntland is a forge world, run by the Mechanicus. Oh, yes. The large southern part of the planet has, like, a whole thing. Okay. Religiously controlled agri-world. So there's Merteth, which is a religiously controlled agri-world. So you could argue that would count as a shrine world. And, who's from Merteth? Someone is from Merteth. Viseria, no. Marcus. Oh, that's the ship. It's from Planet Hamish, from Planet Viseria. Burtland. Or Jaren, she grew up on Burtland anyway. Ferna. Oh, yeah, we never actually figured out what the Stevensons, her deal was. Okay. Willem. Merteth. Okay. So Rosevoila. Oh. One of the explorators was from Merteth. Okay. And then, of course, you had Bernadette, who... Okay, was Bernadette a shrine? Let's see. So we have Merteth, which is a religiously controlled agri-world. All these planets have more lore. A lot of the lore is written, handwritten. I haven't typed it up yet, so... Zazaros, Thrasis. So basically, we've been slowly but surely integrating the two systems. The crew of the Expectus Primus and these inquisitorial... the inquisitorial squad that work for... Who's there? Inquisitor. Inquisitor Stealth. Yeah. So you got these guys working for Inquisitor Stealth, and who is in turn... He was mentored by Inquisitor Lord Desarios. They have a complicated history. But they're working for Inquisitor Stealth, and... You know, he has this whole crew. So Ordo Xenos, they have the whole crew of them. Which, you know, various people, young and otherwise. Alex Kelby's 36. Although she would have been younger if she hadn't had to go through the whole what's the technical term? Zeron. Okay, so we actually never rolled an age for Chuck Hambone. Like we never rolled him and age. Tristan, 16 years old. Okay, apparently we 58 years old. Okay, so we never rolled for Chuck either. Cassette, no. Oh, but okay, we're gonna have to roll for that in a minute. But my point on this is that we were kind of, as soon as Skelby Jorna was born aboard the Expectus Primus, like we rolled up and she was born against a rogue trader. And I'm like, yes, she was born on the Expectus Primus, and then we created her mother. Basically, we've slowly but surely put this to, you know, we were weaving the two groups of people in the 41st millennium together into a more tightly knit. So some of them come from the same home planets. You know, some of them come from similar home planets. Some of them, you know, stuff like that. So we could do Merteth, which is because it's a religiously controlled world, it makes sense that someone from a Shrine World would come from there. The 80 Rebellion on Merteth, where the Ecclesiarchy took over. There was a whole thing. I have the history written down in my notebook that I never got captured, but Thea, Agri World, Magnetic Rocks and Crystals, Kurosawa family is from there. They're a powerful local family, and they yes. So the they're fighting the Administratum and the Adeptus Mechanicus are fighting for control of exports. And that one, Gorstanis, I think had some background to it, but was written down and never put up here. Klumen, Growth. Growth is the last planet. Oh, if any of you in the chat, or in the comments on the YouTube video, if you're watching this secondhand, honestly, I put it in the comments. I need cool planet names. This is important. If any of you have cool planet names, so I can put them on the list, and then when we need to create more planets, we don't have to name them. We can just pick the names. I've been doing that sometimes on and off, but it complicates things because then, you know, we're running out of names. Okay, a hive world. Is there a... Squaron is the hive world. Craypop, there's this whole heavily regimented... It has to be odd number. They can also dance. They perform perfectly symmetrical routines, wearing full chromatic body paint, elaborate costumes, while playing their instruments. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and they always do two vocal. They have there's a whole like very strict thing that and messing with it, it's a whole thing. Oh yeah, and the whole thing. Pnumter, Blackwater Imperial World, Beezus. Bernadette is a cardinal world. So Saint Bernadette, who was named after the planet, and the Ecclesiarchy. I think we had more that we were trying to explain about that. They just never typed it up. And then we had Balboa. Okay, that's more lore about the specific people from the Expectus Primus. But all the other, homeworlds for people... I started putting all the Inquisitorial Grunts homeworlds on this list of planets. Just to keep all the planets together. If once we realized they were a shared universe kind of deal, I just put them here to keep the planets together. So, okay. I used to have two late nights that were specifically Warhammer 40k type ups. So ex-librarian. Yeah. What was I gonna say? So we could do... You know what? Let's do a fate die. Let's do, where is it? Come on, I know I had one. Here it is, found it. Fate die. It's a D3, essentially, plus, minus, or blank side. We'll roll for it, and then I will, we'll roll for what planet she comes from. I'll put it down, and then we will, work it out later. So, I'm gonna hit 1, 0, 0. Sorry. 0, 0. Boom. And then this one goes up. Okay. Fate die. So we could do plus is Bernadette, minus is Meriteth, and then if we get a blank side, we'll invent a new planet. Bernadette? Okay, let's go. We'll go back to Dark Heresy. We'll go back to also we never rolled. Okay, hang on. At least we're gonna roll age for Chuck Hambone. We can roll for we're gonna roll an age for Chuck Hambone. And then we're gonna roll a D3. That's what we're gonna do. So I know we're going late, but a hive world. Let's roll this D. These ones came out of Bugbear Bubbles, so they're actually really good. We'll roll that, and then we'll roll the D10 again for the so in a hive world, got Nipper, adult, 93. That's an old timer, so 35 plus, which makes sense, 1, so 36. Okay. 36. He's only 36. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna roll for Planet of Origin for, Birdus McBeezy. Alright, let's see. Zeron, right, we actually, no, Scaleby Jorna, no, we wanna go down on Bounty Tran, no, she's from Prompter. Okay. Bio, Imperial World Librarian, ex-librarian from, so we had Meriteth, which is plus, Bernadette minus, okay, and then and if we get, okay, so, ready, we got the D3. I'm gonna put this back in the dice tray. Okay, so, beautiful. Okay, so, we ready? We got this die. We're gonna roll it. Plus or minus, Meriteth or Bernadette, and if we get a blank side, we have to make up a whole new planet, and I will figure it out from there. I can see either one, honestly. Meriteth. Okay. From the planet Meriteth. Okay. Which we'll figure out more later. Right now, I mean, I could put, let's see, chat, and I'm gonna put a link to my Discord in chat, so if you, say suplex, okay. Sounds good. And then we're gonna raid Iron Minotaur, I think. So I'm gonna put a link to my Discord. this one? Over. Okay. Creep. Okay, no. We're going to mine. Invite people. Alright, so, actually, no, I'm going to put the, no limit. There we go. So if you guys want, if you're watching this later, a non-live version and you see the chat, that is about the only thing I'm going to put in chat. That and, might as well put, so there's a, Relentless Rebels, who are a, great jewelry company, and they offered me a little code to get you guys, if you use the code HAWK20, you get 20% off. All caps. So, pretty cool if you like cool jewelry. If you don't, it's a vibe. It does take a little longer for shipping if you don't live in Europe. But, you know, such is life with the pandemic. Things take a long time to ship. Other than that, you guys are all awesome. Thank you for watching. We're going to go raid Iron Minotaur now. They're playing Skyrim. Cool. Okay.